My name is Ginny Kent, and I'm the Director of Corporate Education for McLeod Software. McLeod Software is a software development company, and we develop software for the transportation industry. We really grew starting about 3 years ago. Prior to that, it was okay to try to train our employees by doing mentorships, but when we just began growing, instead of having 1 or 2 people a month to 1 or 2 people or even more a week, we knew we had to do something different. In a very short period of time, we had to go, find an LMS, find content, start creating our own content. It was at that point that we found out about OpenSesame. One of the reasons why OpenSesame was appealing to me was we looked at one provider that's very well known, and they were going to give us 14 classes, and for those 14 classes it was going to cost the same as the whole OpenSesame Plus. So we could either have 6,000 classes or we could have 14 classes. It was a kind of a no-brainer for us that OpenSesame was going to be a better fit for us. Initially also, one of the things that was appealing to me was the fact that there were multiple vendors. There were no restrictions. If you think you want to be a manager at some point and you want to take manager courses, you have access to them. There's not a single course in our LMS that is restricted. We've had numerous examples of people who have taken classes that maybe weren't even tied to what we would say would be a curriculum for that job, and being able to bring that back into our company and figure out new ways to do what we've been doing for a long time. And so that has really led to some new discoveries that have been exciting for our company. We had one gentleman in our group who he signed up for 65 classes the first week. And some of the classes he signed up for were not necessarily tied to his job. And what's really cool to me is after about a week he came up to me and he said, "Ginny, I took this class," and he said, "It just occurred to me, the process that we do to load software at that point took like 3 days to do. I think I could get it down to probably like a half a day." Well, he was wrong. He got it down to 7 minutes. I work with LMSs, I work with content providers, content creation tools. We have all kinds of vendors that we work with in learning and development, and I would say by far that OpenSesame is the most responsive. We have had probably the best project managers, and the support that we get is probably the most important thing to me. I will hear back from them quickly. They're so nice to work with, and the flexibility that they give me is well worth the money that we spend. I love the fact that they're constantly getting new content and that they're constantly updating the content that we have. And all of that is important to me, and that's why I would recommend them to other folks.